Hey everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanMuscle.com, and this is my detailed review and dyno test of the Bama X4 SF4 Power Flash Tuner, loaded with 2 custom Bama tunes, available for your 2015 and up V6 Mustang. You should be checking out the Bama custom tuning options for your V6 if you're looking for a tune that's going to offer a big improvement in both performance and drivability. It's not going to break the bank, and it's also going to provide some support some other tuning options available here at AM will not. Now let's first talk about the performance benefits, and then I'll get into some of the other benefits of running the custom Bama tune on your V6. Now we already established our baseline run earlier today using our automatic V6 here in the shop. We then uploaded our 93 octane Bama tune, reran the car, and here are the results. Baseline run using our automatic V6 gave us 241 horsepower and 235 pound-feet of torque at the rear wheels. With the 93 octane Bama performance tune uploaded, the car is now making 258 horsepower and 248 pound-feet of torque. That's good for a peak gain of 17 horsepower over those baseline numbers, and gains of as much as 17 horsepower and 20 pound-feet of torque under the curve. All right guys, so as you can see, the numbers are very impressive here using the Bama custom tuning, and you're picking up gains throughout the entire power band. I think that's the big point to make here. Usually you're seeing those big curve gains in one section of the graph or another. Here you can see the lines are basically the equal distance apart throughout the entire RPM range. So that means you're making that much more power throughout every RPM, and the car is just gonna feel stronger overall. Definitely a big thing to point out here down low is that the car has this little dip in the factory line, but over the tune numbers, you can see that dip is no longer there. This is gonna basically feel like when you step on it, the car falls on its face a little bit, feels a little lazy. Not the case anymore. The second you step on it, it's gonna take off like a rocket, and overall the car is making big improvements. Now one really cool thing to point out too is that using our Mustang dyno, we have the ability to simulate 0 to 60 time and quarter-mile time. So baseline run untuned with our automatic, the car is basically doing 0 to 60 in 6 seconds flat, and quarter-mile time at 14.3 at 98. Now these numbers might differ from some of your favorite auto publications or from track numbers, but these are accurate using the Mustang dyno. Now with the tune numbers, the car dropped to a 5.2 0 to 60 time. That's almost a full second off, and the quarter-mile time improved to a 13.7 at 99 miles an hour. Again, that's a half a second improvement using those tune numbers. So overall, the tune, you can tell by the graph, it's definitely doing its job, but those numbers definitely back it up as well. So now that you know a little bit more about the Bama custom tuning, let's break down the tune itself. All right guys, now obviously those gains are pretty impressive, but let's talk about how the Bama team got to this point. Now it all starts with a development car and lots of dyno time. Now on the dyno time, this is where the Bama team really starts playing with their cam timing, their ignition timing, torque tables, things like that, along with some street refinements, and they were able to really nail a solid calibration that delivers a big bump in power without any other modifications. Now these big power gains are nice, don't get me wrong, but as the old saying goes, what does your dyno sheet trap? Well, as I already talked to you guys about, this is making for some big improvements at the track, knocking nearly a full second off of your 0 to 60 time and just over a half a second off your quarter-mile time. So obviously, these are gains you're gonna see at the drag strip, on the track, and even daily driving the car. But the Bama tunes are more than just big power, guys. They're also gonna totally transform the drivability of your V6. They were able to do this by basically playing with that cam timing and achieving a much more usable RPM range and power band, unlocking a ton of torque down low. That's the stuff, again, you're gonna feel day in and day out, with some nice sizable gains up top as well. So essentially, totally transforming how your car feels. Along with that improved drivability, I also noticed the car is going to deliver a more improved or more enjoyable driving experience throughout. This means better throttle response overall. Our automatic shifted firm, higher up in the RPM range. It basically felt like a sportier car. And with all that said, you are getting the power, you are getting the drivability improvements, but you're still maintaining that factory reliability. So basically no stalling, no surging issues. The car is not going to give you any drama. You are going to be receiving 2 custom tunes from Bama, a performance and race tune that are tailored specifically for you and your ride. Now, how does the Bama team do this? Well, they ask you a series of detailed questions about your V6 and all of its modifications before going to work creating your custom tunes. Guys, I also want to point out that even though traditionally Bama is more of an entry-level or value product when it comes to tuning here at AM, you are going to be getting more for your money. For instance, Bama offers E85 and race gas tunes absolutely free of charge as long as you have the necessary fueling setup to run that E85, usually just a set of bigger injectors. In addition to that, you are getting free modifications or free tune revisions for life as needed, whether you're adding long tube headers, throttle bodies, things like that. Bama will be able to take care of you at any point. All right, now that you know a little bit more about the custom Bama tunes themselves, let's talk about how they're going to be transferred to your ride. And for that, we have the Bama X4 SF4 Power Flash tuning device. The X4 is definitely one of the most commonly used tuning devices in the aftermarket, and for good reason. It's very easy to use, has some nice features, and it's relatively affordable compared to some of your other options in the aftermarket. Now, besides carrying and uploading those custom tunes, I think you'll find the X4 is capable of doing some nice things for you in your ride. Most notably, the X4 is going to be used as a monitoring device, basically reading and displaying a bunch of useful information from your car's ECU at any time, all in real time. Now, you guys know the deal here. This is your air-fuel ratio, intake air temperature, ignition timing, RPM, things like that. And all of this information can easily be data logged at any point with a simple button push. The X4 is also going to be used as your diagnostic tool, and what this means is you're going to be able to read and clear those diagnostic trouble codes, better known as check engine lights, at any point. And if you do wish to return your car to stock down the road, the X4 will be able to handle that for you. Finally, guys, this thing can take care of future firmware updates wirelessly, which is a nice little feature, and the X4 can hold up to 10 custom tunes at one time. All right, perhaps one of the best things about going with a custom tune, besides the power gained, is the ease of install. Hands down, guys, one of the easiest modifications you'll ever do to your ride, and you won't even have to get your hands dirty. Start off by locating your car's OBDII port. Now, on the S550, you're going to find it on the lower left-hand portion of the dash. Plug the X4 tuner in and wait for it to power on. At that point, simply navigate to the tuning tab, select the custom tune you wish to upload, and from there on out, basically follow the on-screen instructions, and you should be wrapped up in 30 minutes or less from start to finish. Again, guys, very simple stuff here, so for that, I'll give it an easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on my overall difficulty meter. Going with an aftermarket custom tune is usually one of the big steps in pursuing bigger power goals for your V6. Now, having experienced the Bama Custom Tune V6 in the shop here, I can honestly say the car feels stronger now than it ever did before in stock form, and honestly feels more like a sports car. So be sure to check out more of the Bama Custom Tuning options for your ride here at AmericanMuscle.com.